I'm trading for more than 10 years. For me, it's just another trade, and that takes time.
Hello, Mr. Pedro. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm fine. Thank you very much.
All right. So before we start today's session, could you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Yes, my name is Pedro Alves. I'm the CEO of development software company, and I do for day trading too.
All right. So before we jump into the further sessions, I'm curious to know about your trading journey. So could you please share this journey with the audience?
Yes, I'm trading for more than 10 years. I started when I read a book, and I was interested in that because my degree is in administration, and I always liked the financial markets. So the idea was very attractive to me. I read the book, and then I start learning and start trading.
All right. So how many years has it been since you started trading?
More than 10 years.
More than 10 years. So currently you are a part-time trader, but when you started back in 2013 or around 2013, what are the things that have changed so far in the last 10 years? What would you say?
No, I think it's the markets are still they have the same issues, the same challenge. I think you have now new instruments and new indicators, but the main is the same. The basics are the same.
All right. So currently, what are the pairs or instruments that you trade?
Now I trade for Nasdaq. It's
All
the
right.
only pair that I trade.
Yeah. Focusing on a single pair is actually very helpful because at the end of the day, it's going to help you to understand the ins and outs of the market of that single pair, how it's going to react to the news, and how the overall impact is going to be during the market opening or closing time. So yeah, that's a very good thing that you're trying right now. And also, as you started back in around 2013, so do you remember your first trade?
Yeah, it was very difficult. I sweat a lot. I was in demo but when I started my real account, it was a small account, about $200. It was very difficult. I was very nervous, and it was small capital, but in real time, it's very difficult.
All right. So someone who started his trading journey back in around 2013 and now trading prop firms. So what actually made you interested in prop firms at the first place?
Yes, the small accounts have a problem that you trade with small profits, and if you have certain goals, you want to have big profits, and with a small account it's very difficult. So you get nervous. You want to have the best strategy for having the best profits, and that's wrong. It's not easy to trade. If you have a big account with big capital, so you can have small profits in pips, and you have big profits in money.
Yeah, that's true. And actually, prop firms actually give you access to higher capitals, which is not possible in the traditional way. So yeah, that's a very good point that you brought up.
Yes.
And also, what actually made you interested to trade with FundedNext? What are the three things you'd say that's best about FundedNext?
I think the website is very user friendly. It's very easy to understand. It works very well in kind of support when you need to talk with someone. Is someone available for you? And the values that they are proposed to work with FundedNext are very interesting.
All right, thank you. So as you have been trading for a long time, so the viewers are really interested to know about your strategy. So could you please share the screen?
Yeah, sure. Okay, I think you have to give me permissions for trading or share the screen, I think.
Just give me a moment.
Okay, great. So I use the RSI indicator and the super trend indicator and the moving average 200 indicator. So the moving average and the super trend give me the trend of the market, and the stop loss area for my orders. So if the price is above super trend and moving average 200, I'm going to long positions. If the price is below the moving average 200 and the super trend, I go to short positions. Okay.
All right.
So the signal for long or short position is given me by the RSI 6. Okay. So if I go long, I wait that the RSI 6 go below 30 position, the 30 line. And if I go to short position, I wait that it comes to the 70 line. So when you have a retracement, I enter in the retracement. So when it pulls back, I wait for the signal of RSI 12. So if I'm going to long position, when it breaks the 70 line, I close my position. When it goes to a short position, I close when it comes back to the 30 line. Okay? So the RSI 6 is for entering, the RSI 12 is for exits.
That's a pretty simplified strategy. Is this indicator, the super trend indicator, was it created by you or it is available in the internet?
No, it's available in the internet. It's easy to get it. Yes, it's based on the ATR, which gives you the volatility of the markets. So I like these indicators because they adapt to the current situation of the market. It's different from you define always a certain stop loss and the take profit, a fixed stop loss. So the markets not always are in the same conditions. So if you use RSI and the super trend, your orders adapt to the markets. Okay.
All right.
That's the idea.
So if I summarize your strategy, if I understand it properly, in that case, you were using a couple of indicators in which you have got a moving average 200, I suppose. So when the price is actually crossing the moving average, in that case you're going long. If the price is below the moving average, in that case you're going short. And you're also using two other indicators, which are RSI 6 and RSI 12. When you are using RSI 6 to actually enter a trade and RSI 12 to actually decide when to exit a trade. And in the RSI 6 and RSI 12, there are two different levels. One is 30 and one is 70. So whenever the price is around 30s level on the RSI 6, you are thinking about going long, and when the price is around 70 in the RSI 6, you are thinking about going short, and when the price reaches around the 30 level in RSI 12, then you are actually closing your short position, and when the price reaches around 70 in the RSI 12, then you're closing your long position. If I summarize your strategy. All right. This sounds. It sounds pretty good, and it's gonna be very beginner friendly, I would say, because it's a very simplified strategy, and I think as you have already made some profits and you have already got payouts from us, so this strategy seems to work quite good with you. So I think quite nice.
Okay.
All right. So some follow-up questions about this trading strategy. As your entire decision is mostly based on indicators, is there anything else that you look for before executing a trade, like news events or anything like that?
Yes. Well, I don't trade the news, so if there are news nearly by I stop. I don't trade. If I just trade after the news, 10 minutes after the news, for example. So that's the news are a variable important for my trades.
All right, and in terms of time frames, as your setups are mostly dependent on indicators, in that case, is time frame an important part of your trading strategy, or you simply look at the indicators?
I use the 1 minute indicators because I only trade 2 hours per day. So I need to have some time frame that give me the opportunities, 1 or 2 opportunities in that period of time.
All right.
Because I'm not all day in the market. So when I have that 2 hours, I want a period that is enough for give me 1 or 2 opportunities in the day.
Also, I think I have an interesting question for you. As this is kind of like indicator-based strategy. So in that case, how do you determine your stop losses?
My stop loss is determined by the super trend. This is where I put my stop loss. If I'm going to short, I put above in the super trend line. I put my stop loss.
All right. That makes sense. And there are a lot of indicators in your trading strategy. I would say the moving average 200, RSI 6, RSI 12. So among all these indicators, if you had to pick one indicator to execute a trade, or the most important indicator in your trading strategy, what would that be?
Well, I think one is not enough. That's why I use both of them. So I could choose the moving average 200 because it's very used by most of the traders. So that's an important indicator because a lot of persons use that indicator, so it can interfere in the market. But only using one indicator, it's not enough for me for the strategy. That's why I think if I use a lot of indicators, like I've done before, it's not good because it makes you very complicated. You have a lot of decisions to make. So if you can simplify your strategy, you will have better results.
All right. So as you are trading mostly on Nasdaq in the 1 minute time frame, so what does your average stop loss look like?
In terms of value?
Yeah, in terms of value or risk.
About 1,000, 1,500.
All right.
And the take profit, it's more. How can I say? It's not so. I can have a take profit of €1, for example, because RSI has touch, or I can have a take profit of $2,000 because it depends on the RSI. It's not fixed.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Now I had some questions about your risk management because you are a successful prop trader. You have already got a payout from us. So 3 questions for you. First of all, what's your average risk reward ratio? Second question is, what's your average winning percentage? And third question is, what's the biggest profit you made from a single trade?
Okay, so in terms of risk, I use when I have a stop loss, I terminate my day. So I only have one stop per day in max. If I have one stop, I stop my orders in that day. I don't have more than 1% of the capital in a stop loss. It's the maximum value that I risk. The average of profits in stop loss, it's between 16 and 70%. The winning rate.
That's impressive.
And the take profit is about half of the stop loss in average.
All right. And what's about the biggest profit you made from a single trade?
I think it was 2,700. I think.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Being in the market for 10 years and actively trading a lot of instruments, that there must be times. There must have been some times in which your psychology has had affected your trading plan. So how did you overcome those things? Like the discipline.
Yeah. It's. I think it's one of the worst parts in trading is the psychology, because when you have a stop loss, it's not that the problem of that money that you lost is all the goals that you have with trading, all the things that you imagine of your future, that is in risk. You have a stop loss, you think that everything could be ruined. So it's not that value. The problem is that is everything that is around that of your life, the lifestyle that you wish, and you have that stop loss, it moves with everything. So that's why it's so difficult. So I think in my case, I don't know about the other traders, but I trade for so many times that when the trade is on, for me it's just another trade. I I don't care if he's going to stop loss, to take profits. I don't celebrate with the profits, and I don't get depressed with the stop loss. Understand? Because when you see the traders, sometimes people see the reels, everything. The traders put their orders in videos, and when they have a take profit, they celebrate a lot. That's not okay, because if you celebrate when you have a take profit, you get depressed when you have a stop loss. So you need to be cold in trading. So when you have a stop loss, it's just an order. You have a take profit, it's just another order. So that's when the change my trading. When I change this mindset, that's when I will getting results. But it took years for me for that.
Exactly.
And when I see the new traders, my friends that start trading now, and I see all the emotions they have when they are in the market, if it goes against them the position, and they are up and down emotionally, and that's not very good, because you start to trading with your heart.
Exactly.
And it's not good.
There is a phrase that we use in the FundedNext office. Our risk management team quite often uses, that is, never marry your bias. You can go long, you can go short, but don't get too hooked on it. So yeah, this is something that I always share with most of the traders, and something that everyone should follow. And if I had to ask, you have been trading for 10 years, lots of experience, lots of discipline, lots of ups and downs. So if you had to start again from 2013 with this knowledge, what are the things that you would do differently?
It's something. I think I need to pass all these phases. It was important for me. I need to grow as a person, and that takes time. It's not something that you. I think there were some steps that I need to take to be as I am today.
Exactly.
If I jump those steps, I won't be the person that I am today. So if I go to that place, probably the same decisions, so that I could get here. The problem is sometimes we get lost and we give up because the things gone wrong. When you are trading for 10 years and the things not always were going good, the more easy is to give up. That's the problem. So if you stay on the road, it could last for 2, 3, 10 years, but you'll get there.
All right. This is something that is very valuable, because growth is a part that is inevitable, and it takes time to grow. Your psychology, your technical skills, everything. Yeah, that is something that everyone who is watching this video right now should note this down. And also, as we're almost at the end of this interview, so is there anyone who inspires you in trading?
No, I've read a lot of books, and I get from the best of each author. I don't have one person. I have several persons from the books that I have inspired, and always learning and reading.
All right. So, what's your future plan in this trading career?
What is mine? Sorry.
What's your future plan for this trading career?
Well, I want to grow up the account, and I don't want to trade more than 2 hours a day. I just want to be full-time trader. That's my idea. That doesn't mean that I will trade more hours, because it doesn't mean that you have to be 8 hours or 10 hours in front of the screen.
Exactly.
You just need to pick up your hours, and then you can do it wherever you want. That's my goal, is to become a full trader, but working 2 hours a day, the same hours.
That's a dream. That's a dream for every trader. All right. So as we're going to conclude the interview right now, so is there anything that you'd like to say to the entire FundedNext audience?
Yes, I hope that you can achieve your goals and stay on the road. I was for 10 years. Not everyone has to be 10 years in the trading for success. It was my path that I need to pass, but it's worth, and I hope that you get a lot of success.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Pedro. Thank you for your time, and we're really hoping that we're going to disperse you a lot of payouts in the upcoming months. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Best of
you.
luck. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye bye.